friends, welcome back to my channel Data Engineering Talk. I hope you all are doing very well. So yesterday we have launched our new playlist, that is SQL Ki PAATHSHALA, that consists the video about intro to SQL and databases, and it is actually zero to hero series. So whether you are a beginner or you are experienced person, you will get something new in that series. So we have uploaded only one video, that is intro to SQL, and we have explained why SQL, why databases, how databases, why not we are using the normal things like Excels and other stuffs, why we migrated to databases and company are using database. So we have covered most of the things, and we have covered most of the SQL parts, kind of intro only. So in this video we will continue our talk on SQL. So we will, as I mentioned you in our last video, we have the SQL command here. So in the SQL command, we have three commands basically: DDL, DML, and DQL. DDL is actually stands for data definition language, and DML is stand for data manipulation language. Here, DQL is stands for data query language. So in this video, we will be covering mostly about three parts: DDL, DML, and DQL. So in this video, I will try to cover DDL first, and see if we can cover DML and DQL as well, or we need to make a separate video on these two parts. So coming to the DDL part, so in DDL, I will DDL. Let me tell you what DDL is actually. So DDL command actually allows you to define and modify the structure of our database. So suppose you have already defined some structure, or you want to modify the structure of the database, then you can use the DDL commands. So unlike select queries, because I will tell you what the select queries later what it is. So just keep this thing in mind. Like unlike select queries, these don't return rows of data. Instead, what they return, like they change how the database itself is built. So yeah, so in this session we will cover first DDL actually. So let's see like how our journey is going. So in DDL, in DDL sync command, we have actually four things which we will be covering: create, alter, drop, and truncate. So let me tell you like what create is. So create is actually to create a new tables or objects. What alter is to modify an existing table. What drop is to delete a table. How about truncate is actually to quickly remove all data from table. Yeah, so these are the four commands which we will be covering up. So we'll start everything from basic. So let's see first about create. Before moving anything, before altering and dropping and removing, we should know like how to create new tables. So in DDL, let's see like how we can create it. So let's start with the create table command. So in create table command, uh, imagine you have built a table called persons with these columns. Let's say you have person table, and in the person table, what all things you have? You have ID, you have person name, you have birth date, you have phone phone number. So you have these information actually to create a table. You have these information, and in the ID, what would be the ID here? Like what would be the data type of ID? Let's see, it should be integer, and it should not null, because we don't want it to be null, because that might be the unique identifier in your table. and let's make it primary key. I will tell you what primary key is in later videos. It is just for like unique identification. It should not be duplicate. Let's remember this. And another is person name. There should be some data type. Let's say it the data type is varchar, and I'm giving you the limit of 50. And let's say I'm saying it should not null. These are the criteria, because name should not null. Birth date is actually, let's say, date, and I'm giving it as optional. And phone number again I'm using varchar, and I'm assuming like the limit should be 15, and it's not null. Okay, so these are the information which I have in the table, and I want to create this table. So with these information I want to create it. So let's see the syntax, how we can going to write. So I'm using the online compiler. You can click on any of the online compiler, onecompiler.com, and here we can go and run the queries here. So for writing it, I'm just trying to write create table. So to create a table, the command would be create table, create space table, and we need to specify the table name. Let's say persons, and we need to have the parenthesis here, and make sure this ends with the semicolon. Okay, after create writing the create table persons, we need to specify the columns here. So what all columns we have id, person name, birth date, and phone number. So let's say id, person id, let's say person id, person person id, and person id would be having the data type as int, and it is mentioned like it should not null, and it should be primary key. So to make it integer, we need to use the keyword int, and to make it not null, we need to specify not null. And also, if we want to make the primary key, we need to add the primary key, just like primary key. Okay, key. Yeah, and after this sentence we need to add the comma here. Okay, so we have added the column person id, and we need person name. So for adding person name, we need to add person name, and again we need to specify it as text. So text should be varchar. Let's specify the limit as 50, and we don't want it as null, so let's say not null. And other thing would be birth date birth date and birth date would be the format should be date. So for to use the date format, we just need to write the date keyword. It will automatically detect that. And we need phone number, and that should be varchar only. And in the varchar, let's specify the limit as 15, and we don't want it as null, so let's let's make it as not null. Remember, we don't need to write the comma at the last. So this would be the first command, first create table command. So we need, let's run this. Let's see what will be the output, because we I want to show you something. Yeah, so after running it, you might have observed like it is saying program did not output anything. So you might be thinking why. So the thing is, now this table exists in our database, but it is empty, and DDL never returns row. It just returns only a confirmation message. So in DDL, we have seen how to create a table here. So after that, we will see other command, that is alter command. Okay, so alter command. Okay, so let's say our requirement changes, and we want to add email id column. For that, we use alter command. Alter command is basically used to, if any requirement change, it is actually used to update the table. So to use to add the email ID, we need to use alter and table, because we want to alter this particular table. And what table we want to add, we need to specify the name, persons. So after specifying the name, we need to specify what all things we want to add here. Say add, and I want email here. So in email, we need to specify the varchar, or whether we want to make it as null or we don't want to null these things. So this way we have altered the persons table, and we have added the email ID, and we have specified the values as well. So as it is ending, we need to add the semicolon here also. Okay, so perfect. This adds a new column at the end of the table, and suppose when we print it, so this email would be ended at the last column, as a last column. Okay, so now the thing is, if later we decided like we no longer need the phone number in the sense, this phone number we don't want. Suppose we a requirement came like we don't need the phone number now, so you need to delete this phone number from the table schema. So to delete this, just update means we have added the email ID, we added a new entry, and we want to delete the older entry. So to delete it, we need to add alter table persons. In the person, we need to add drop, what we need to drop column phone. So this way it will drop this column phone number, sorry, phone number. Yeah. So here is one thing to note, like dropping a column also deletes all its data. Suppose you have stored all the phone number, all everything, all phone number and details like persons. Suppose my name is Shivam, my ID is something, my birth date is something, and I added my phone number as well. So if I'm going to drop it, so it will drop my phone number details as well, not only just the name. Okay, so what we have learned? We have learned about creating a table, altering means adding it or deleting it. So we have covered create, we have covered alter. Now it's time to drop, and let's see how we can delete a table here. So in order to create it, now suppose the requirement is coming like, now what if we want to remove the entire table itself? Like, okay, I have created this person table, but I don't need this table now. So to write this command, we need to add to write this, and to delete it, we can delete it via command drop table, and we need to specify persons. So this will delete the table itself. This will completely delete the table and its structure. So we have to be very careful, because this is actually irreversible. We cannot take it back. We cannot do control z, it cannot come back. Okay, so we have learned about create table, alter table, drop table. And so let's see about the last command, that is truncate command. So truncate is actually it will be used in one of the situation where you don't have to delete the table. Just like we have used this drop table command, and it deleted the table and data itself. But what if we don't want to delete the table? We just we just want to wipe out all the rows inside it. So for that, what we can do, we can use truncate command, truncate, truncate. Let's say table, and we need to specify table name. So what it will do, it will clear very quickly, but the structure, column and constraint remains is same, because it means like whatever schema we have created, that will be preserved here, but the values or data would be wiped off. So we have covered most of the things. We have covered in DDL, we have covered all four command: create, alter, drop, truncate. So let me recap it. Create is actually to build a new table. Alter is actually to change the existing table or to add or drop the columns. Drop is actually to delete the entire table structure.
truncate is actually to quickly remove all the rows but keeps the structure as it is, and together these form the backbone of how we define and maintain our database schema. Okay, so that's all about today's session, where we have covered DDL command in SQL. So in the next video we will see more about we will move to DML and then we will move to DQL. So if you found this video useful, don't forget to subscribe and check out the SQL playlist for the beginner and experienced person. So right now we are starting from beginner. We will move a bit more toward the experienced things. So see you in the next one. Thank you.